Julie, second. All in favor?
Aye.
You know, as many of you know, New York Rising has been purchasing properties. And the list I'm going to go through right now are the properties that are going to be removed from the tax roll. And these have been purchased by New York Rising. Request approval to remove 47 Brightwood Street, 3 DeWitt, 390 Ryder Avenue, 6 Leo Street, 44 Maiden Lane, 19 Milton Court, 376 Ryder Avenue, 14 DeWitt, from the 2015-16 tax rolls that they are now owned by the New York Housing Trust Fund, which is exempt from paying taxes. The total amount lost to the village would be $13,994.71 based upon this year's tax rate. Certain of these properties are adjacent to the parks, which will give us the benefit. You take 44 Maiden Lane, if you take Cedar Avenue down to the end, there's that large piece of property. That will then be coming eventually to the village. Maybe we can make it into a walking park or something as open space. 390 Ryder Avenue is the first house north of the parking lot. So that, again, is adjacent to the parks, close enough that maybe we need to do some additional parking. 376 Ryder Avenue is the first house south of the parking lot. And again, being adjacent to the parks will become part of the parkland. 14 DeWitt is right down on the water. If you take DeWitt, which is the street just east of the short form softball field, that little street where Fireman's Park, if you take that all the way to the end, there's a large open space there now where there's a home. So again, that will become to the village. And these are really coming at a reasonably good time for us because we are in the middle of the parks. You know, we've got the parks grant, the $5 million grant, so this will allow us to incorporate some of those into that plan and make that all part of it. So as much as we're losing $13,000 or $14,000 a year worth of tax income based upon what we have, you couldn't purchase and expand the parks for $13,000 a year in bond if we were bonding it. It's the one at the end of DeWitt, the one at the end of Cedar Avenue. You know, those are $1 million pieces of property. So when I look at it, I see the downside is that we're losing tax money, but on the upside is there really are, for us anyway, in the village, there's a really big benefit to getting it. The one on Leo is somewhat problematic. Maiden Lane, like in the middle of the block, we'll deal with it how we have to deal with it. But when you take a look at, these are the few that we have, and probably maybe 4 or 5 more that may come down. And then you take a look at what happened in Lindenhurst, Babylon, Amityville. Well, Lindenhurst probably has 35, 40 homes in neighborhoods to where it would look like somebody that lost their teeth, you know, missing a house here, you know, and who's going to manage and maintain those properties? Ours become part of the parks to be maintained by our public, you know, public works and parks. So that's a motion to request approval to remove these properties. Motion?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. One of the discussions we've had over the last probably 6 or 8 months